Whew. Hello and welcome back, folks. It's Scootsy16 with another episode of the Chemlock League. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. It all comes down to this. The Outlaws, with their backs against the wall, coming home to Tiger Den, will have to face off against one of the best pitchers of the playoffs, Valentino Mastiff. Thankfully, we also have a counter for that, and it is Madden Zimmerman, who has been lights out, equally as effective for the Outlaws as Mastiff has been for the Ungulates. So it's going to be a very intense matchup. These teams are both fighting tooth and nail. We have torn Achilles. We've had wild throws that decrease mojo. We have all of the mess that you could imagine with all of the clutch that you could imagine as well. And right now, the Ungulates have the momentum, winning 2-1 in the last game. The Outlaws won 4-1 in that first game of this matchup, and so it really could come down to whoever has the best pitcher and who can be most effective in this game. So taking a look at it together, let's figure out what our lineup's going to be, because we have an injury, we have a mojo drop, Tony center cut. Pretty much the core of our offense will have to come out for this one. Devastating decision here, but we're going to put Elias Hensley in the DH spot, and we're going to put Justice Colon at first. B. Buck will stay in for this last game. Ramon Lee is tense, so we cannot let him play. We have to bring it to Saul Ferguson. He did have a huge grand slam in the game against the Burners to give us the win there. And so this lineup is a bit of a makeshift situation here. I really feel nervous about all of this. I think for the sake of lengthening this lineup, I'm going to lead off with Braden Sorelli, followed by Dalton Babshishin. We got to go out the way we came in. Rock Quintana will get the 3 spot, followed by Jedediah Anger. No, I want Elias Hensley, then Anger, then Cologne. I want B. Buck above Cologne. Justice Cologne in 7. Saul Ferguson at 8. Cannon Avery at 9. For Madden Zimmerman. Oh, man, I am so nervous. We have 2 of our starters out of the lineup for this one, and that is going to be brutal. Rince Shaw could come in as a pinch hitter in a very, very tight situation if necessary. Could also pitch from the bullpen if needed, but he would come in tense, which would neutralize him back to neutral. Working on about quarter stamina there. Let's take a look and see what the team does. We're going to go standard home uniforms because now I'm kind of worried that our alternates are kind of a jinx, and I don't want to have to think about that anymore. So here we go, Tiger Den. One last potential time with the Outlaws. Let's take a look. Championship deciding game. One of these teams is going to walk off the field a champion. The Outlaws have been in this position now for 3 consecutive years, having to go to game 3 for all of these championship final series. And so we'll see what happens. Ungulates with a bit of momentum on their side. Their offense was stifled by the combination of Lily Dubs and Elder Santos. And unfortunately, Jack, his first ball grounded over to short. Ferguson over to first, out number 1. So Bennett, who's been locked in for the whole series, will drop to neutral mojo. Power slide comes up. She has been lights out for the Ungulates as she reached base and then scored one of those 2 runs in the Jack Mars 2-run homer to win the game in the last game. Now Zimmerman here with K collector activated and pulls one foul, hit very hard, but down the right field line foul. 1-2 count. We go full. Power slide still on fire, and she'll work a walk. So the pitchers for the Outlaws have been scared of her all series long, and she gets on base once again. Jack Mars, despite the home run, still tense. I didn't realize that until just now. And so we'll see if we can take advantage of that here. Pitch out to check on the runner. B-Buck is locked in, so that boost to his arm. Off-speed pitch. Getting her. Oh, hell yeah, B-Buck. That was an off-speed pitch, so he didn't even get that to help him out, and that lined out to Ferguson for out number 3. We catch Power Slide sliding into second base. Power sliding into second base, and she got caught stealing, and that drops her down to locked-in mojo for the first time in this matchup. Braden Sorelli got a base hit in his last at-bat last game, and this one, Gustav Ashley is able to scoop up and toss to first on the first pitch. So Mastiff, who has been equally as productive pitching-wise as Madden Zimmerman, we'll see if he can shut down this offense. And the ball gets down in between both the first baseman and the second baseman. So Dalton Babshishin is able to find some green grass and get that in for a base hit. So 1-out hit. Rock Quintana comes up. Had a huge double in his last at-bat last game, but he got caught in a rundown. Mastiff with four-seam, a slider, curveball, and changeup mix. Ball inside there, so Little Hack goes away. There's an off-speed pitch. Oh, Rock misses it. It's going to be popped straight up. And Pecorino catches that. Pecorino behind the plate is going to be interesting because it is an opportunity for us to potentially steal some bases here. Although, you know how I feel about my team trying to steal bases. Elias Hensley comes up to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. And he'll get a fastball, but right to Turncoat at first. Catches that, or gets that, steps on the bag at out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for the Ungulates in the first. And then the Outlaws, neither team. They got a walk. We got a Turnpike's in center field. The catcher has recovered from his rattled mojo. He's back to neutral, and he'll be playing in center field today. Turncoat, the former center fielder, will be at first base, and Turnpike's able to get the base hit to right field. And now Gustav Ashley comes up. Tier 2 Mind Gamer, and Zimmerman not getting locked in just yet is going to be affected by this. 98-mile-an-hour fastball there, 1-1 count. And there's strike 2, so Cake Collector will activate here. And chases strike 3, so who's playing mind games now as Madden Zimmerman gets the strikeout, and that's going to be out number 1. Not much speed over there at first base, so if we can get a ground ball to somebody, could be turning 2 here, which would be really nice to save that arm, or that arm and that pitch count of Madden Zimmerman. Little Hack activates here. It's going to be a ball taken. Ball too high, just misses the top of the zone. Hit hard into right field. It's going to be up against the wall, and Braden Sorelli will catch that with his back to the wall. You can see his buddies taunting him as he was catching that one. And that's out number 2. Dakota Pecorino comes up, batting 200 with 1 RBI. Not much contact, but he does have some power, so if he gets a hold of it, it could go a long way. And he does hit it hard, and it goes through the right side into the right field, past the diving Justice Colon, who was holding the runner. And Crash Turncoat will come up, batting 286 from the 8th spot in the order. Rally Stopper is activated for Madden. Again, that's tier 1, so not much of an impact. Popped foul, down 0-2 already. Cake Collector activates for Zimmerman. Against Turncoat, does not chase inside on the slider. And that one, he chases out of the zone. The fastball couldn't hold back, and that's going to be a strikeout with 2 on. And now we turn to the bottom of the second. Madden Zimmerman pitching well, but his pitch count is getting up there. He's already at around 30 pitches. So Jedediah Anger still locked in, batting 333 with 1 home run and 3 RBIs in the playoffs. Will chase a ball low, and it's going to ground slowly to Ashley. Turns to first, out number 1, and Anger will be back to neutral mojo. B-Buck, our hottest hitter in the playoffs, batting 500, hit his first home run last at bat, which was in the second game. And Mastiff here has been masterful. Gets a fastball, but right at zoner. Tosses the first, out number 2. Oh, Justice. Justice has been very cold as of late, batting .214. She does have 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. Ace Exterminator activated. She won't chase out of the zone. That ball hits the dirt. Good eye. And then hits that one at the bottom of the zone for a strike. Pulls one foul, so she's down 1-2. We know what happens next with K Neglector activated, and she'll make contact to pull it foul. K Neglector at tier 1. She'll stay alive again. 1-2 count, and nice at bat here for Justice. She pulls it right to Ashley at second, over to first, out number 3. Justice Cologne did have work the pitch count a little bit there before grounding out, but Mastiff has been doing really well so far, and this is quite the pitching matchup between these two, and it has been exactly what we expected it to be when we saw them coming out to the mound as we were looking at the numbers. Zoner is tense. She gets ahead in the count 3-0. And she walked on 4 pitches. And you know Madden wants that at bat back because he just let the worst hitter on the Ungulates just reach base safely without even having to worry about swinging the bat. And she's a stealer. So we have to be careful here. B with the strong arm still. That ball misses. And that's ball 1. Dribbled foul. So K Collector will activate here for Madden. Runner stays, 97 mile an hour low, and that ball popped foul. So 2-2 count here. Madden gets him to chase, high and inside on the cut fastball. Nasty pitch there, and that's a strikeout for out number 1. Blakely power slide back down to locked in Mojo after walking and then getting caught stealing. Runner on first with good speed. Missing the zone here as Madden is not getting the calls. That one misses too? That's bullshit. Okay, now we got to say something here. As she walks on 4 pitches, but there was at least one, I'd say 2 pitches there that should have been called strikes. That's really messed up. And so 2 on, both via the walk. Great speed on the base paths. And Jack Mars will send it into right field, a missile there. And it's going to get in safely, but Jack Mars will finally be back to neutral Mojo, and bases will be loaded here with 1 out. Rally stopper activated for Madden Zimmerman, but he is at 45 pitches. He needs to do something here. A ground ball would do wonders for his ERA and his Mojo. Swing through that one, 1-1 count. Whoa, that one just let out of his hand way late. There's a foul. 2-2 count. K Collector activates for Madden on the 50th pitch. He hits it hard, deep center field. It's carrying. It's getting all the way to the wall. It looks like it's going to get out of here, and it does. Fuck. Mohammed Turnpike, who's been missing for the last 2 games as he was brutal in that first game of the series, puts the Ungulates up 4-0, and that might have been the kill shot with the way that Valentino Mastiff has been pitching. Madden Zimmerman did not get the call on a few pitches that he should have, but honestly, he just worked. He was a little too careful with the corners. And geez, did you see the accuracy from Zimmerman there as he gets the ground out to first base? Cody Cobb comes up tense, 0-for-1. Madden Zimmerman still tense. They're going to make him work through this one. Little Hack activates after the first pitch strike. Ball in the dirt. Pushed foul, so 1-2 count here. Little Hack activates again, so does K Collector. And that ball will be popped foul, so we'll do it again. Pulled foul this time, staying alive. 57 pitches now, and that ball stays in the dirt, so Little Hack is gone and stays foul. Down low, 3-2 count, full count, 2 outs, and ball 4. Jesus Christ. Another walk for Madden Zimmerman. He has lost his accuracy. Don't know if we'll get it back. That might be it for Madden. As we go to the bullpen, Colton Ryan comes in with a solid 36 ERA and a 5.0 whip. That's the guy we want out here. And that ball popped up really weird, but right to Justice Cologne. She actually had to react in the last minute as it almost hit her in the face. She was able to get her glove on it and step on first to end the inning, but a grand slam from Muhammad Turnpike turns this game on its head, and now the Outlaws are on the outside looking in right now. Valentino is locked in. Saul getting his first at bat. Low pitch is active. Gets a low pitch up the middle. Gustav Ashley with no arm, still able to get it over to first in time. Cannon Avery batting 125. Takes the ball inside. That one lined right to Ashley at first. Or at second, excuse me. Braden Sorelli, who got out his last time up. 0 for 1. Swings at the first pitch and pulls a foul. 25th pitch for Gustav, or for Mastiff, and it's a ground out to short. So 1-2-3 inning. That's how our Outlaws offense responds. You know, they just want to wait until the 6th inning and come back to fucking win it, scoring like 10 runs. Crash Turncoat comes up against Colton Ryan, who stays out there on the mound. Colton with a Tier 2 elite curveball, along with Tier 3 composed. That's what Madden needs. It'd be really nice if Madden had composed and K Collector. I feel like that he would be an animal. As Colton Ryan serves one to deep center field, and that's going to get out of here. So a solo home run will extend the lead to 5. The fans throw that one back into the field of play. 398 for Turncoat, his first home run of the playoffs. Naturally, we'll help him out with that. As Zoner comes up to the plate, she walked in her last at bat, getting her back to neutral mojo. Ball too high. There's a strike. Zoner sends it to deep center field, and that's going to get out of here. Jesus Christ. Back-to-back shots. And it's 6-0. Madison Zoner, her first home run of the playoffs.
Right fielder, number 31, Swindle Bennett.
Swindle Bennett 0 for 2. Let's see if he can add to the hit parade here. Colton Ryan hasn't gotten an out here in the 4th. He's tense. What a miserable pitcher. He gets a grounder to first base, out number 1. Can we pull him at some point, or are we just going to throw the white flag out there now and just let him destroy us in our own park? First pitch prayer for power slide, and jeez. Ball flies off the glove of B. Buck, and now this one pops up to left field. I'm completely deflated. If they come back from this one, like, game of the century, but it is not looking good. Jack Mars back to neutral mojo, batting 143. 1 for 2 today with a single and a run scored. 2-0 count, and we'll push one foul. Ryan gets him to pop out to right center field, calling it a Sorelli, catching it for out number 3. Head to the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway through this game, but still 6 runs is a huge deficit with Mastiff on the mound and our offense being neutered over the last 2 games. Swinging at a pitch way out of the zone, fouling it off. Pulling one foul, down 0-2 immediately. K Neglector activates, but it doesn't make much of a difference. And he's able to check his swing for a ball. Makes contact there, pulls a foul, ball way out of the zone. And there's a ball high, so 2-2. And right down the line, Crash Turncoat is able to get that over to first in time for out number 1. Brock's been locked in like the whole playoffs, but it doesn't feel like he's done much for us. Takes a strike, a call that Madden would die to get. Ball was way inside and low. 2-1 count here. Swings through the fastball. K Neglector activates on a 2-2 count with 1 out, and Rock sends one to deep right field. It's carrying, and it's going to get out of here. Rock Quintana is showing that we have life as he hits one out to right field, a fastball even, and that's going to be 361, his 3rd home run, 8th RBI of the playoffs is a solo shot. Still down by 5. And Elias Hensley will come out 0 for 1 today. Would really love to see him drive one too. Ball inside. Fastball taken for a strike. Ball inside. Mastiff back to neutral. And pulled foul. Good contact there, but just ahead of it. K Neglector activates 2-2. And Elias takes strike 3. Just a fastball in the high part of the zone. Right where you want it. But no, you don't need to swing at that for some reason. 2 outs. Anger comes up. Swings at the first pitch and pops it foul. Takes a strike. 43rd pitch, and he's throwing 100 miles an hour. Is that elite 4-seam fastball for sure? 0-2. Ball outside. Ball low. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Anger makes contact there, and off the inside of his bat, he's able to push it into right field, or muscle it into center field. We'll get a mojo jump again here, back to locked in. B Buck locked in, 0 for 1, batting .474, 1 home run, 4 RBIs. He's been clutch for the team. Takes a fastball low, trying to time it up, and get an off-speed pitch up the middle, diving past Gustav Ashley, and Anger is heading to third base. He slides in safely, so first to third for Anger. And now 2 on with 2 out, and Justice Cologne comes up 0 for 1. False hope here. She gets Ace Exterminator activated. Prove me wrong, Justice. Takes a first pitch strike in the zone. Takes a second pitch strike. K Neglector activates for Justice. And she gets a base hit up the middle, so she does prove me wrong. B-Buck will hold at second base, and runners at first and second. An RBI single from Justice Cologne makes this a 6-2 ball game. Saul Ferguson comes up 0 for 1. Low pitch activated here. Valentino getting tired after 50-plus pitches. Saul looking for a pitch at the bottom of the zone here. Gets it. Oh, it doesn't count as a low pitch. And then misplayed by Mohammed Turnpike as he decides to slide for no apparent reason. It hits off of his glove. Runners were going with the hit. And so reaching first base is Saul Ferguson. 1 run scores, making it 6-3. And Avery Connor will come in to replace Valentino Mastiff. And another called strike, which was way inside and low. That's going to be high. Avery Connor with tier 2 gets ahead, and tier 2 fastball hitter, or 4-seam fastball. Cannon Avery loses his mojo on a ground out, but 3 runs come across. The home run from Rock Quintana, a RBI single from Justice Cologne, and then an error from Mohammed Turnpike. Doesn't drop his mojo. But he allows a run to score. I guess maybe they didn't call that an error. I'd have to look again at the box score. Why was Colton still out here? Get him out of here, dude. Colton needs to get pulled. 0-2 count, and Turnpike will foul one off. He's already half past his stamina here. 26 pitches already. And ball low. Colton, oh my God. If he gives up another home run, I'll be pissed. 1-2 count. Ball 2. Base hit up the middle. God damn it. What is going on here? What are we doing with Colton Ryan on the mound? He's given up two home runs. Gustav Tense, 0 for 2. Thank you. We pulled Colton Ryan for a tremendous Navarro. He has been used quite a lot. He was a rental for us coming into the playoffs. Tier 2 Mind Gamer is playing its part here. Gustav will get ahead 3-0. We'll see if he gets the green light. He does, but pops it foul. So 3-1 stays inside for ball 4. So Tremendous Navarro comes in, walks the first batter he faces, and now Cody Cobb comes up 0 for 1. 2 on, nobody out. First pitch swinging is foul. Little hack activates. Ball sails out of the zone on the changeup. There's strike 2 called. Little hack activates again on the 1-2. Ball misses the corner. Misses the top corner. Full count. Grounder to short, or to third, over to Rock Quintana, over to first, out number, a double play. And now runner standing on third base. Dakota Pecorino, who had a single today, 1 for 2. And Tremendous trying to get out of this without allowing another run. And he will give up a base hit, which will score another run. So we fought to get 3 back, and then we give one of them right back over to him.
Number 25, Crash Turncoat.
Oh, boy. Crash Turncoat comes up. And we'll hit one right to Saul Ferguson for out number 3. But a run does come across to score in the top of the 5th. So it's 7-3. Braden Sorelli, we'll see what he can do here. And an 0 for 2 today with a 211 average. We could really use some vintage Braden here. And swings at that one. Gustav Ashley dives for it, makes a nice play, and Braden will lose mojo there. Dalton Babshishin comes up 1 for 2. Avery Connor with a gets ahead. Will miss on that pitch. Fastball sent up the middle for a base hit, so Babshishin will reach once again. Second time today, and he will be standing on first base with 1 out for Rock Quintana. 1 for 2 with a solo home run. Max pressure here. He's still locked in. First pitch strike, little hack activates for him. Maxed out contact. He'll take a ball outside. 1-1 count. Max pressure. And hits one over the leaping first baseman into right field, and Babshishin will stop at second base. Not risking anything here. And 2 on, 1 out. Elias Hensley, 0 for 2. Come on. Get one in the air, man. Drive one. High pitch and fastball hitter. Avery Connor with a 4-seam, a 2-seam, and a curveball. Lead 4-seam. Fastball sent into deep right field. It's going to die there for Swindle Bennett. Runner advances to third base, and the throw just behind the runner. Oh my God, I thought they had him there. Swindle Bennett with a hell of an arm. Almost gets the runner tagging up going to third. Runners on first and third, 2 outs. And Jedediah Anger grounds out to second base to end the inning. So he loses his mojo again. Had a big opportunity there. Some of the offense is waking up, but we now head into the 6th inning, and it's all coming down to this as Madison Zoner. I can't believe she's finding her momentum here against our team. That's a nice line out to Cannon Avery for out number 1. Navarro's goal here is to avoid giving up any runs. Get out of this inning unscathed, and then we have to hope that our offense can put up 4 runs in the bottom of the inning. 2-1 count here to Bennett. Takes a strike. And that's going to do it. We have like a whole staff in there that hasn't been used in the bullpen. We turned to fucking Colton Ryan and then Tremendous Navarro, who's been pitching well, but has been overworked. Chris Flopside here's a guy who hasn't pitched in a couple of games. Chris Flopside last game, he could have come in. He was juiced. Could have saved Elder Santos for this game. And Dane comes in and gives up a base hit to Power Slide, so another runner reaches with 1 out. Jack Mars, tense, 1 for 3 with a single. Great speed over there at first base. Runner takes off immediately on off-speed pitch. Ball in the dirt, and Rock Quintana can't scoop that one. Runner steals second successfully with a 5-run lead in the top of the 6th. And that ball gets over the glove of Rock Quintana into right center field. 1 run will score. and cut off by Justice Cologne. And that's going to be a 9-3 ball game. So glad that they just kind of tacked on here in this game here. Mohammed Turnpike, look at that. 3 for 3 day for him. That 1 home run and 4 of those 5 RBIs come via the grand slam that he had hit earlier in this one. 1 out. Dane Rollins is tense, gets a grounder to Ferguson. Rock Quintana tosses to first. Double play ends the inning. But 2 more runs come across. We couldn't hold them. With 4 was already hard enough, but now we have to score 6 to tie. We'll start with B Buck. Locked in still. 1 for 2 with a single. Avery Connor at 12 pitches so far. First pitch strike. Ball low. Fastball blooped into left field. It's going to get down in front of the sliding power slide there. And that ball gets in just underneath the glove there. Trapped by the left fielder. And so runner reaches. Justice Cologne, 1 for 2 with a RBI single earlier. Takes a first pitch for a strike. A6 Exterminator not activated this time. She takes ball low out of the zone. Last one into right field. That ball is tailing. It just stays inside as she hits a missile. That ball was low and just never got higher than pretty much the base of the wall there. And that's a 2-run homer to make it 9-5. Son of a bitch, if these Outlaws fucking come back, I'm gonna be so mad at them. I don't know if I can handle another year of this bullshit. The Outlaws down by 4 now. Could be 2, but instead 4. Saul Ferguson hits a low pitch deep into left field, and it's going to be caught by Power Slide. She's able to track it down into that nook in the warning track, and she stops herself before running into the wall. Cannon Avery now comes up tense. Avery Connor still tense. And first pitch swinging there as Cannon grounds out to second base, and Avery will get her mojo back. And now Braden Sorelli comes up with 2 outs. Max pressure, 0 for 3, tense. Last hope for the Outlaws hinges on Braden Sorelli. And he grounds at the first pitch up the first baseline. Turncoat catches that, or gets that, steps on first, and there it is. The Ungulates win it all. Their offense overcame Madden Zimmerman. Oh, this hurts. We got all the way here. You know, if we just didn't make the playoffs, this would be the same result for us. Ungulates win this one in the third game of the finals. And, well, the Outlaws, a team that just can't finish. Jesus Christ. We lost 9-5 here. Ungulates offense performed today. Mohammed Turnpike with a grand slam. That's what got the offense started, and then 3 more homers from Turncoat, Zoner, and Bennett. Some other RBIs sprinkled in there. For the Outlaws, an 0 for 4 day from Sorelli. What a letdown he has been. Since that first year, he has just kind of slowly declined. Babshishin did okay. Rock Quintana did what he could. 2 for 3 day for him, a solo home run. Elias Hensley failed us. Jedediah Anger did okay. B Buck 2 for 3. He scored 2 runs. He stayed hot. Justice Cologne, she came why couldn't she do that more? Saul Ferguson with an RBI. Caden Avery 0 for 3 today. He was miserable in the playoffs. He played so well for us during the regular season and then just could not get it done in the playoffs. Just too much pressure. Valentino Mastiff with a masterful performance to hold our offense at bay. He started to fade at the end, but really dominated us for most of that game. He went 3 2/3, giving up 6 hits, 1 home run, 3 earned runs, and a strikeout. Avery Connor gets the win as she went 2 1/3, giving up 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and a home run. Madden Zimmerman, man, he got a couple of bad calls on some pitches that should have caught the corner, but he was getting too pretty with those pitches on the edges of the corners, and he could not get it figured out as he gave up 4 walks in 2 2/3. He also gave up 4 hits, one being the grand slam, and 3 strikeouts. Colton Ryan was fucking awful. Tremendous Navarro gave up a home run. Dane Rollins came up and gave up a couple of came in and gave up a couple of hits. The man gets a loss. Justice shows up in the last top 3 of the Outlaws. This is the way it ends, folks. Ugh. Bad taste in my mouth. Let me see what time it is. Actually, before I even look at the time, let's just look at the let's look at the league leaders here. Rock gets number 1. Playoff MVP for, let's see, the first time Rock Quintana gets a playoff MVP. Tony Centercut, who injured himself in Game 2, he would have been a huge part of Game 3 if we could have had him there. Just really, really unfortunate that we couldn't get him in for that game. The inflamed Achilles, I think it was. Swindle Bennett gets number 3. Dalton with number 4. Valentino Mastiff goes up to 5. Acosta survives at 6. Elias at 7, but was 0 for 3 when we needed him. Ruben Zhang survives at 8. B. Buck comes in, and he was incredible for us. He was so clutch in those big moments. He got 2 walk-off wins when we needed it and almost came through for us a few more times, but he needed the rest of the team to help him out. B leads in average. Ruben Zhang and Swindle Bennett tied for 4 with 4 home runs. RBIs, Rock and Swindle. B for on base. Ruben Zhang for slugging and OPS. Tony with 12 hits during the playoffs. Even though he sat out a game, he still got the most hits. Then 4 of our players with 11 hits, and nobody else came close. Rock with 5 extra base hits along with Swindle. Oh, wait, how many was that? Braden Sorelli and Justice Cologne, both with 6 strikeouts apiece. Embarrassing. Tony, Dalton, B with runs scored at 6. Tony and Dalton, along with Bella Jensen, with 2 stolen bases. Oh, God. A few players with wins there. Tremendous Navarro with a save. Reeve Blackwell and Jacob Leach both going 0 ERA. Havoc Skinner and Valentino Mastiff make the list at 2.70 and 2.77. Avery with a 1.08 whip on the list there. Reeve Blackwell with a .063 OBA. Madden Zimmerman with 10 strikeouts. Asher Garcia with 10 strikeouts. Eli Acosta with 10 strikeouts there. Rinshaw shows up with 7. Valentino Mastiff with 8. Avery Connor with 7. Warner Walter with 6. And then you can see some of those players on there for strikeouts per 9, walks per 9, and strikeouts per walk. All right, let me check what time it is. All right, we have about 20 minutes left. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quick sim through the re-sign and the offseason. That's going to pull in a bunch of rookie players. And then that's how this video is going to end. As I mentioned, if we didn't win it all, we were going to release the Outlaws and we will change teams. So I am going to finish the offseason so we can bring in some new players. I'm not really worried about what the re-sign period is going to look like because all these players will be pulled into a shuffle draft with a new team. I have to figure out who that new team is, but the only thing I can tell you for sure is that it's going to be one of those teams in the Yang Conference. So either the Earth Division or the Fire Division. It's not going to be based on success or results or anything like that. I'm going to export the team at the beginning of the next season, and I am going to look at the chemistries of those teams. I'm going to figure out which team chemistry is unique to something I haven't tried before, and I am going to use that team to start a new shuffle draft in this Chemlock League. So let's do this. Let's head into the re-sign period. We're gonna re-sign everyone. I'm not really worried about. I guess let's do this. I'm not really worried about salaries or anything like that. And there we go. Nobody retired, by the way. Okay. 98 for Tony Centercut. Yeah, of course you'll come back, Elias. Cannon Avery at 92%. Alex Hernandez at 91%. Justice Colon at 91%. Rock Quintana at 88%. Colton at 84%. Dalton at 78%. He would walk. Chris Flopside at 75% comes back. Liliana Fowler looking to... She was really mad. We did not set her up to come back at all. And then she'll leave too. So we have 2 places to finish here, or to replace. Actually, I could quickly just hop up to Tremendous Navarro and let him go. Because I'd like to try and bring back... Oh, and Bitzer Hines, I'm just going to release you. This is more so like justice for poor performance than anything else. Tremendous was getting overpaid, but Bitzer... Oh man, that was so fucking frustrating to watch him struggle for us. We should have won because of him, not in spite of him. So, anyways, that's where we're gonna see 4 players that need to be replaced. Let's do a quick peek. Oh, let's do retirements. Natalie DeOrange from the Maulers, a former All-Star, will retire. I'm trying to see when was the last time she made the All-Star game. She made it when? I feel like I'm just glancing too quickly. She made it for the Maulers in season 1. I swear I thought she made it. Yeah, she made it this year as well. So former All-Star retires. Brody Mashington retires. Fabian Bale retires. Jace Burgess retires. So some big names that are departing this year. That'll be interesting. So they're all gone. Ed Guerrero, that's interesting. That'd be fun to see him potentially come in. So let's take a look at the rookies here that come in. Zap Turnpike. Ooh, look at that shortstop. Rally starter doesn't mean much, but man, the rest of that looks really nice. Elias Sesame with First Pitch Slayer and Ace Exterminator. That's really interesting. Hayes Holcorn. Relief pitcher with K Collector, but 34 accuracy. Teodoro Lucero, first baseman. That's a solid first baseman right there. Bodie Horn with Big Hack at second base. Not bad. Colby Foster with Rally Starter, excuse me. That's a bench outfielder. That'd be a decent option. Lauren Anderson, K Collector, starter. Not very good, though. Dainty Angeles, not very good. Rocco Marshall doesn't look very good. And then we get into some of there's a few other like rookies in here, but just was curious to know what some of these options are. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fast forward to about the 10 round mark, and then we'll just see what's available. Again, I'm not worried about chemistry. I'm not worried about just curious to see what's happening here. I'm not worried about chemistry. I'm not worried about cost, surplus, or anything like that. I am just going to be getting players to fill the roster so we can get into the new offseason. So let's see, with Dalton Babshishin to 9, we'll get him down like 1 or 2 a little bit younger there, or cheaper there. So we'll do 1, 2 more. Let's see. Just peeking through. Okay. Dalton Babshishin, you are at your price point, so bring you back, bud. Liliana Fowler, just curious. She's at her cost. Just bring her right back. Pitcher, let's just find a scholarly pitcher that's affordable here. Sure, Plover Day. Just because I also would feel weird changing the chemistry here at the end. Crafty starter with 16 million to work with here. Or I mean reliever. There's Tremendous. Yeah, let's just bring him back. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Again, team's not gonna stay like this. Was just doing it to fill out the roster. We're gonna skip to the start of season 4. And I'm going to check time again. I think we're still in a good place here. Yeah, we're at 45-minute mark, so we have about 15 minutes. So here's what I'm going to do next, because now teams are a little different after the off season. I am going to go through teams that are in the Yang conference, and I'm going to look at chemistries. So starting with the protectors here. They have they have maxed out disciplined and maxed out yeah, this is almost identical to what we were doing before, but with 2 maxed out discipline traits, or a discipline and competitive. That would be nice, but that's not very different from what we already did here. So we'll skip. Rippers are tier 1 discipline and tier 2 everything else. We'll put that on the, let me make a note here of teams that we might consider. So we have the Rippers. I'm going to do 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. Okay. Oops, I'm going to the wrong thing. Scroungers are at tier 3, and then tier 2 for everything except for Crafty. So 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. That's not bad. Let's see. Skimmers. Tier 3 scholarly. Tier 2 everything else. And tier 1 for competitive. So 1, 2, 2, 3, 2. I'm interested in this one for sure, as I've never gone full go on tier 3 scholarly. The Skulls, I'm not going to do another tier 3 disciplined right now. Ungulates, tier 3 competitive, tier 1 spirited. I really don't know if I can do another tier 1 spirited team. Below zeros, tier 2 for everything. That's going to be a pass. Burglars, tier 2 everything, tier 1 for crafty, no. Dive bombers, tier 3 scholarly, tier 2 everything but spirited. And then favorites. Ooh, I wish that was tier 3 crafty. That would have been really interesting. 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Favorites might be a good one. So it's 1, 2, 1, 3, 2. Don't know if I'll do that, but it's intriguing. And that's it. So for me, what stood out, so we had the Rippers, who were 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. We had the Scroungers, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1. Then we had the Skimmers at 1, 2, 2, 3, 2. I think that's the one I'm going to do. A little bit. No, you know what? Let's make this really fun. I like the Skimmers look as well. They look kind of cool. I think I'm going to do the favorites because I want to keep it a little bit more restrictive on myself, and having 2 chemistries that are at tier 1 make that really difficult. It's going to help me really change my approach as well, because as of right now, I was really leaning towards the discipline traits and the competitive traits. Like K Collector, Tough Out, those types of things. I can't rely on those now. And it's going to help me like completely flip the script on how I'm approaching those. So that's going to be really interesting. So I think I like this approach, and I think I like this strategy. So we're going to see what that looks like when we do the. We're going to determine the favorites are the new team, and I am going to do a shuffle draft. I'm going to export this team. I'm going to do a shuffle draft with all the players in the league as they are now. So we're going to see. Oh, look, they had Asher Garcia and Rory Bowen. We are going to see what this looks like when we have a team in this structure. Some of those players that were on the Outlaws might come back here, but because there were so many disciplined players, I don't know if we'll see the value of bringing them back. Maybe some of those crafty pitchers in the bullpen, but we'll see. But that's where we're going to leave things off. So tier 1 competitive, tier 2 spirited, tier 1 disciplined, tier 3 scholarly, and tier 2 crafty. That's going to be really interesting. But this means we say goodbye to the Outlaws. We say goodbye to players like B Buck. Alex Hernandez was here from the start. He developed quite a lot. We saw Justice Cologne and her up and downs throughout the years. Elias Hensley came in for this year and was not as productive as I was hoping he was going to be. Rock Quintana, our boy, I'm going to miss you, man. I don't feel like it would be right to bring you onto the team as I don't want to sacrifice your off-speed hitter, but I wish you luck. Ramon Lee was interesting for most of the time we had him. Tony Centercut. Oh, my boy. I'll miss you. Dalton Pabshishin, you were better. You were not as good as I thought you were going to be, but you were better than I sometimes expected. Braden Sorelli was a downward spiral from the get-go. He's definitely not going to be coming back. Loved Madden Zimmerman. He was a really good pitcher for us for most of this. Loved Rince Shaw. He was amazing. Lily Dubs. Mwah. I might see you back on the team as one of those two disciplined players that I can have with an elite four-seam fastball at tier 3. That would be interesting for her. Chris Flopside could come back, would have an elite curveball. Dane Rollins, would like to see him back. The metalhead won't matter, but he is disciplined. So is Crisp. Elder Santos, would love to see him back at tier 1. Workhorse would still be a lot. Colton Ryan, goodbye, fella. And then Tremendous Navarro, that could be a guy we see come back as well, as he pitched really well for us. I did want to see league leaders for the career. So Rock Quintana, number 1 in the top 10 over the full 3 seasons. Braden Sorelli, number 4. Tony Centercut, number 6 in only 2 seasons. And Justice Cologne made it in the top 10. For Tony Centercut to have a 505 batting average in 2 seasons is nuts. Jerry Love on there, that's cool to see. Rock Quintana with 16 home runs. Tony Centercut sneaking in there at 12. Tony with 34 RBIs. Elias with 31. Ramon with 31. Rock with 29. A lot of solo home runs. Tony Centercut wins the percentages across the board. 57 hits from Rock, 53 from Braden, 50 from Justice and Tony. That's crazy. Rock Quintana with 23 extra base hits. Braden with 20. Braden with 32 runs scored. Same with Rock. We saw 9 stolen bases from Dalton Babshishin. Righty. Pitching-wise, it's not a surprise. We don't see any of our pitchers here, as they were not very good for most of the run here. See Bentley Sisley there in strikeouts per 9. That's interesting. Muhammad Holmes never gave up a walk. That's really funny. Rince Shaw with that strikeout to walk ratio. Holy shit, that's crazy. He barely ever walked anybody. That's awesome. Chris Flopside, same thing. Quick little peek at single season records. Tony Centercut's season 2 was a thing to behold. Rock Quintana's season 1 was on there as well. Look at that. Elias Hensley got the shaft in season 2. He was the number 2 in the MVP vote that year, and he ended up being number 2 overall. So only Tony Centercut could have beat him out. Ed Guerrero in season 3 here, then Rock Quintana's season 1. Braden Sorelli there in the top 6 in season 1. Jerry Love made it for season 1 as well. He didn't make a all-star game, unfortunately, either. Tony with batting average in season 2, Lucas Fowle, Rock, and Justice, and Ed, all with 7 home runs in a season. Tony Centercut with all he's done, 6 home runs apiece in seasons 2 and 3. Tony leads batting average or RBI there, all 3 of those categories. Hits with 31. Shoo! Extra base hits, Rock, Tony, Lucas, Ed, all with 11. Runs scored, Colin Cabrera this year. Forrest Ponce with 8 stolen bases. See wins, Ford and Jacoby. Nobody in ERA category for us. And let's see, anything else? Rince Shaw with 21 strikeouts this year were really solid. Only tied for Urkel Plunder and Romeo Carson. And Rince Shaw with 0 walks this year. 1 walk, I think, in season 2. 21 walks or strikeouts per walk, and then 15. That's crazy. All right, so that's it. Oh, I guess we should do a quick. Sorry, we'll do career playoff records, and just a lot of Outlaws as we made it to the championship finals every year. Played 3 games apiece in those championship finals. Dalton, best playoff performer. Justice number 2, Rock 3, Ramon 4, Tony 5, Top Floral 6, Raiden Sorelli 7. Giovanni Mays makes it there as well in the 10 spot. Our former catcher. Justice Colon with 6 home runs in the playoffs. Ramon with 5. Rock with 14 RBIs. Dalton with 12. Oh man, 10 extra base hits for Justice Colon. 29 hits for Dalton. Far and above everybody else, but 16 strikeouts for Justice, 14 for Braden, 12 for Dalton and Rock. Jeez. 14 runs scored, 6 stolen bases for Dalton, but he caught stealing 7 times. Braden caught stealing 6 times. See, we should have won so many more games if we just didn't steal so many bases. Peeking through this really quick, 22 playoff strikeouts for Madden Zimmerman, 15 for Rents Shaw. And Dane Rollins never gave up a walk, neither did Elder Santos. That's nice to see. All right, and Top Floral with the top overall performance in Season 1. Lily Dubs, number 2 in Season 1. Rock Quintana, Season 3 here. Tony Centercut, Season 3. Rince Shaw, Season 2. So that's where we'll leave you all. Next time out, we'll be looking at the favorites, and we'll see what we can do with that team with a new shuffle draft. Can't wait to see you all there. Thank you so much for watching and following along. This team was so much fun, but the Outlaws are over. It's time for a new endeavor. The favorites will be next in the Yang Conference. We'll talk to y'all later. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.